Bouncing, baby. Bouncing, baby. This shorty bad, watch the way she walk. Shorty real, realest pockets in New York. In the building, T about to set it off. Bouncing, baby. Bouncing, baby. Hey, yo, what's good, bro? I walk in like, hey, good luck. Best believe I keep an ear to the streets and an eye for the freaks. Ain't no telling what been happening in the sheets. This show hot like the pot.
That was hot.
Hey guys, it's Tia, and we're back for season 3 of
Let's
Tia
go.
Talk.
Let's fucking get it. Can I say fucking get it?
Yeah, you could curse.
Cute.
You could curse, yes. Well, hello everyone. It's me, Tia. We're back. Season 3. What's up? What's going on? Thanks for supporting. We're here, and I'm bringing you another Black artist to the table. So introduce yourself.
The name's KP. What's good with it? What it do? What it do?
Yes. So tell the people, what do you do?
I mean, I'm an artist like extraordinaire, baby. Like I'm a visual artist all around. Like I do video, I paint for like my life, but I like do commission work too. So like you'll catch me designing tech packs for like different companies and stuff. Like yeah, and you'll
Wow.
catch me like also doing like covers like for books and all that. So like I'm all over like
That's what's
multifaceted.
up. So, okay, so when did you exactly start doing this type of work? Your artistry.
Ooh. I mean my artistry or like
Yeah.
the actual like industry, like artistry.
Industry, maybe. Yeah, let's talk about industry.
Okay, let's
How'd
talk
you get
about.
into the industry?
All right, so I mean, basically, I would say I started out like just hanging out like on
Mhm.
Essex Street when I moved here in New York, whatever.
Okay.
And I was helping with like designs for this this clothing brand, Homies Wonderland,
Okay.
on Essex or
Shout out to
whatever.
them.
Shout out them.
Hey.
My homies for life. But in the meantime, I was just like doing photographs of like other models and stuff, like helping jumpstart careers and stuff.
Okay.
And also, I was just like getting all these like crazy commissions, and like everything was just tying into itself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like one thing led to another, and it was like boom, boom, bam. You know?
Oh, shoot. I love that. Okay. So I did learn that you had your art featured on the TV show Empire.
For sure. Let's go.
So talk to me about that. How did that happen for you?
So okay, this is very interesting. Actually, like on my Instagram, like I just post all of my work. Everything that I'm doing, just like I just go with it, go with the flow. And there was this art buyer, Nikki, or whatever. Shout out Nikki.
Okay,
She
Nikki.
was working with Empire at the time, and like a year prior to me actually getting my artwork on the show, she had hit me up. She contacted me via email, and I didn't see the email.
Oh.
So like I'm like, dang, like what's wrong with me? So like she emailed me again,
Right.
and she was like like I want to like cop like 2 of your pieces. She's like, I already have them in mind. I want to use them for the set. And she was like, it doesn't have to be like something that you need to make specifically for us. We already know what we like already from you. I
Okay.
want to purchase it. And like I was like, let's go. Like, and she was like,
Okay.
a smooth transaction. I don't know.
Yes, Nikki. So shout out to her. So is she a woman of color?
Of course.
Oh,
yes,
okay. So
yes.
shout out to her. We love that.
love that for
Supporting
sure.
you.
Yes.
Okay. So has your work, where else has your work been featured on?
I mean, I can go like Afropunk, Hunger Magazine. I have 2 books, one with Harvard, Cause and Effect.
Okay.
And then there's another one, Legacies of Love, I did with Cambridge University.
What was the most impactful
The most impactful, I'd have to say,
in your career?
that's a tough one. That's like a tough review. I'd have to say, let me really think about this one.
Okay.
Because I've done so many crazy things. That's a good one.
Yeah, anything that was super life changing that just brought you maybe into a different tax bracket or just
It would have to
elevated
be.
you
It would really.
socially.
It would really have to be the Legacies of Love book that I did.
Oh, wow.
Because not only was it a bestseller, or whatever in Barnes and Noble, shout out to
Yes, Barnes and Noble.
but it really gave me a higher propositional, I'm serious artist type vibe,
Okay.
and I kind of appreciate that a lot because in the academic world, I was starting to get more appreciated, so from that, it was just a um a trickle down effect, like
Okay.
so it's cute. Like it's
I
like
love that
let's
for
go.
you.
Yeah.
Wow. So currently, are you working on anything?
Yes, I'm actually working with this company called Creatrix Publishing House.
Okay.
They're they have like a collection of like 11 poetry works, and I'm doing like 11 like pieces for that, and they're
Okay.
gonna like mask out pieces or whatever, and
Wow.
they yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
for the book release we're gonna actually like sell the pieces too, so it's gonna be like 11 actual artworks, original pieces for each like work that they're doing for the
That
book. So
that's
yeah,
exciting. Okay. So I also was able to like get into like your TikTok.
okay,
So let's talk about your TikTok. You're very like creative and creating like I feel like you're creating like your own movement on TikTok.
absolutely, yeah.
So like tell me like how why TikTok and like what inspires you to film yourself day to day?
I mean, for me, like my life has always been like on public display as like a diary type thing,
Mhm.
like me just like footnoting everything that I'm learning, and wanting to share everything that I learn with others.
Okay.
So it's like an exchange of like ideas, right? And so like at first I was like, I don't want to get into TikTok because it was like too much dancing. I don't really dance like that. Like I
Right.
don't really bust a move. I'm like too. My head is like really just positioned on my body. My body's
Okay.
carrying my head. I'm very heady. So like I don't know. One day I just like got out of my shell and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna like go on TikTok because I like to like also like muse myself, but I like to be amused at the same time. And
Right.
I feel like TikTok had that, that diversity because I was seeing too many videos. I was like, all right, I give in, boom,
Mhm.
And so like I wanted to try to like make my mark on like that platform as well because like isn't that what we're all here for? Like making
Right.
our marks on everything that we, encounter. It's not
Yes.
territorial, but it's just like share, bitch. Like let's go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so a lot of your videos, like or like the one that's few of them that I feel like touched me. I like the ones where there was one I was listening to where like the caption said you pulled it from like a tweet,
Hmm.
right? And it
Mhm.
was kind of like a poem.
Oh, they're embracing the
Y-
magic inside you.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
talk to me about that
Okay, so
video.
um, it was really just like a thought that I like started to stumble upon, and I became like heavily fixated on it
Okay.
because like I was like, sometimes you know how you just like have little pick me ups throughout the day.
Mhm.
That was like that tweet, but it just like I don't know, it just like boomed out of nowhere because I started to spiral into other thoughts and it just like started to arrange itself into like this mass acclamation of like other thoughts. And
Okay.
so I was like, I need to like get this out. And then like also I was like, okay, I don't really want to just like be like typical and just like put words on like a screen. I want to like add something so like you can really feel what I'm saying. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like I added like the context of like everything that I was saying, every element of what I was saying into that video, and I try to like give meditative music in the background to like really allow you to receive the words.
Mhm.
And so like as I like explained it all, I was just like, all right, this is step by step. This is how I feel. Like this is like who you are. And it was like a self-realization.
Okay.
It was a coming to. It was like a spark in my mind because I was just like dwelling on like how people interpret magic and like the sense and the idea. And like given like the actual like definitive meaning of what magic is, like I started to like really dwell on that and I wanted to expound on it. So I created that video.
Right. So what does magic mean to you?
So magic is just like really like allowing yourself to manipulate things that are around you in order to like ascertain
Okay.
whatever it is that you aspire to like gain for self or like not even for self but like the things around you so you can be like self-centered or altruistic either
Right.
but magic in itself is just like very much just like the purity of like connecting with the oneness source of things.
Okay.
So like say for instance, like if I smile at you right now, like
Mhm.
I am trying to give something off, right? And if I execute a smile and it makes you smile back, then that means I've magically interceded on like who you are and made you like receive the energy that I have, right?
Right.
And that's just one part. That's one step of magic, right?
Okay.
So like other than that, like you go beyond like helping someone else smile, but then you're just like start to work on the inside of them, right? Say for
Mhm.
instance, I want you to like actually feel good and not just smile, right? So I try to do things like not without even like actually interacting with you,
Okay.
but like putting things and planting things around you like through my energy source, and like somehow because of my like presence, you become more uplifted. And we don't even realize how many people are like there for us, like without us even knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
magic to me.
speaking of being there for us, you have been there for me for quite some time now. I feel like this will be a perfect time for me to just like thank you. And I feel like I always thank you every time,
Yeah.
but like this is my magic for you.
Yes, I appreciate
My
that.
gesture, just thanking you. For people that don't know, Kendario La'Pierre is like my videographer behind the scenes, and he's done some stuff work for me and like edit my videos and YouTube stuff and like done photos and stuff. So I guess like when you're working and like collabing with like other people, what is like one thing that just like sets you apart from like all the other photographers or like videographers?
Is that I really go into like my projects like as a like me trying to like be a positive like aspect in that person's like moment in time in life, you know?
Okay.
Like I would try to like really like acknowledge your existence, you know, because I know that we can all get so wrapped up in our own little worlds with my project, my this, my that, you know.
Yeah.
When I go into like a collaboration with someone, like, especially another creative, like I really try to tune in with them, you know, and like
Mm-hmm.
I try to be very like in tune with like their like wish, their vision, you know, because I find that intriguing, you know, because we can easily become very like one track minded and stuck because we only want to like build from on our own ideas, our own platform, our own this, you know,
Right.
but through the coexisting and the intermingling with other people you become more than of yourself, you know, the more you expose yourself to others and their worlds and allow yourself to not only just like be involved with it but like non-judgmental, like, you know, really there for it, you know.
Right.
That's what sets me apart. Like I feel like for me, like I will take something like that you give me and
Mm-hmm.
I will give like literally my all, you know, like, and I will apply all of my prowess, but I will also like communicate, you know, like
Right.
and see what it is that you really want, and like try to execute that at like the fullest of my potential, you know.
Yes.
And that's why I feel like there's been like so much success with like even me working with a lot of people like that. I haven't had too many downsides with people, you know.
Right.
So like, and it's been really cool. Like every time I've touched something, I've like at least tried to make it something worthwhile. So
Yes, I agree. I feel like you've definitely elevated my YouTube channel.
love you.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And then I know that you also worked with Javante
Oh
Rose.
yeah, for sure. Shout out to Javante.
Yeah, so tell me about that project. Like,
Okay.
how'd that go?
So it was really cool. He came to New York for his first show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
His performance.
First performance,
Yeah.
yeah. And he contacted me and he was like, "Yo, well, actually, you reached out to me first. Let's
Yes.
let's actually get into it. Let's
Let's
actually
get into it. Let's break it
let's
down.
break it down, break it down. All right. So I saw you had emailed me, and then you were like, hey, you was like, hey, hit up this guy, like
Yes.
Javante, like he's looking for a videographer, and I was like, oh, I do that. All right, let's do it. And so I reached out, and like it was like a good time ahead of time, and then he came actually, and we just did it. Like I don't know, like it was really cool. Like it was like I followed him for the night and made the video for him and took a couple photos and he like showed a good time. So it was really
Yes.
cool.
I just want to say something about like I feel like we have created like a little creative group, and like I'm going to constantly like tap into like your talent and like share what you give to the world with other people. And I also know that Brendan Alexander does that too. He also puts his friends and family in positions that like help elevate them.
For sure.
So I love our little like creative group that we have going on right now, cuz I
Yes.
feel like we're all leveling up in our own
For
way.
sure, word. Like I feel that like for me, like I am so glad to be around like-minded people, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
people who are really like from the heart, by the heart, you know? Like
Yes.
to me that's just like more of a gift than anything that this energy can ever give, you know.
Mhm.
Like it's just like, hey, propel you, propel you, propel you, you know,
Yes,
inspire
propel.
you, you know.
Yes,
Let's go.
propel and inspire. That's what I'm all about, y'all.
Let's get it.
So
Let's
I
go.
want to tap into like your education.
Okay.
So when I was listening to the 212 company interview you had, I
Mm.
was very surprised. I was like, "Oh my God, Kendario is a philosopher?"
Yes,
So
let's
tell
go.
me like how and why and like how did this happen? Why did you choose that as like a major?
All right. So when I first went into college, my high school year, I was like in the athletic directors department, so I was just like cool with like wrapping tapes. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna study like sport.
Medicine.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that was my first plan.
Oh wow.
First semester, I get to school and I had to create my schedule or whatever. So they were like, oh, what's the like, elective going to be? And I was like, philosophy 101, I guess. Like, it's a creative thing. I didn't feel like going to like art class or whatever.
Right.
I like to create art on my own. I don't know, kind of weird like that. But, anyways, I go into like philosophy, and the first day, my professor, I will never forget his name, Camper Floyd. Like, shout out Camper Floyd. He
Hey.
was sitting on his desk, like, in Indian style, no shoes on. I'm like, okay, this is weird. What's going on? He's like unconventional. This is a school setting. Like, he's going against
Mhm.
the grain, like, whatever. And so, like, I see on the board is and like it's a typical philosophical question. It says like, "What is the purpose of life?" And like, I'm engaged around all these people who they have their hands up. I'm sitting in the front of the class awake. I'm very like hella studious, whatever.
Right.
So yeah, so we're sitting there and everyone's answering like, "Oh, the purpose of life is this." Like, purpose of life is this. I found that the purpose of life is this, and I was like, just chilling, like absorbing it all in. And then out of nowhere, he asked me, he's like, "So, what is the purpose of life to you?" Since everyone else is like getting their grade and answering questions, and you're like not engaging. And I was like, I mean, I was too busy like actually trying to like internalize what was going on or
Mhm.
whatever. And so like I was like, well, my answer to that question is simply like we apply on purpose, like, and I hadn't really applied too much of it. So like I don't say the purpose of life is, but I felt that the purpose of my life is such, and that was that. And ever since
Right.
then, I was like, oh, I like debating. I like correlating. I like expanding my mind. I like tickling my brain.
Yeah.
And so that's when I changed my major, like literally that
Okay.
day.
I love that. So tell me, who is like your favorite philosopher?
Oh my God. So if I had to choose, like a lot of people would like, I don't know, because I'm very dark, I guess, in
Oh.
my philosophical question. Only because like I love like reading a matter of fact kind of like articles and just like the like abrasive like attempt to understand life. And I find like Nietzsche is like that person for me.
Nietzsche.
hmm
Okay. I need to get into that. To
he's
him.
considered to be like a nihilist, basically.
Okay.
And he's just like, I don't know. It comes with a lot of shock value. Like, if you want to really get into him, read God is Not Dead. God is dead. I'm sorry. God is dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops. Oops. I'm disrespecting him already.
Oh
But
my
anyways, but
gosh.
yeah, that in itself is like more mind-boggling than you would expect, because I know, given the term, it will sound like some bitter like atheist or whatever going on a rant or whatever. But it's
Mhm.
so much deeper than that, and it's like so much more of a survey on like society than you'd like really comprehend, but without reading. So read it, check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
It's
out.
good read.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you planning on having your own show?
Of course, like,
Oh, okay.
of course. And is there a set date? Of course not. But
Okay.
but I really like, I want to station my life in order, like, in a way that once I project the vision that I'm really going to curate for that show, is going to be like not only like my
Mhm.
entrance into this world, but like just as cataclysmic as my birth was. Like,
Okay.
like if you could think of the sounds in an emergency room when someone's giving birth, that's how my effect will be in my show, for sure.
Okay. So, all right. So to build off of that, like, so if you had this show and it was like based in New York, what like pockets of like groups and like different societies in New York would you like to like highlight yourself in?
Oh, for sure. Like a lot of my like inspiration is like Brooklyn. OD.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like
Why?
I love New York as a whole, but for sure, like I feel like Brooklyn has like had its like molding on me the most, because like I really felt the most comfortable as an artist in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Like, as far as like free flowing, just like my mind is wrapped around art, that's what you get from Brooklyn people.
Mhm.
Like, especially like the Bushwick and Bed-Stuy area. Um, like everywhere else is just like they have their own different focuses. Yeah, you find a lot of creatives in different pockets of boroughs or whatever. But like, as far as like my experiences, like when I was living in Brooklyn, like I feel like I journeyed through like so many different parts of my mind and myself, like as like a creative being, and I'm just like forever grateful, like really and truly.
I love that. Wow.
Mm,
Okay. So yeah, because I'm from Brooklyn too.
I
So
know. Let's
we're
go.
all in this together. Hey. All right. So one of your paintings I saw on Instagram. I feel like it was like you animated it and then like you added like words to it as well, like you a voiceover. Do you know which
Okay.
one I'm talking
I
about?
think you're talking about the Breaker of Chains one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me like the inspiration behind that one.
I mean, every day that I don't know, I wake up and I'm like entranced in a thought. Like I like to like write little notes to myself, like all the time. That's me like thinking that I'm writing a book, like I'm writing my notes. That's because that's the most I can do. I don't like to like search around for pen and paper. Like I have
Okay.
my phone readily accessible, so I'm writing a note. Anyways, so I'm writing my note, and like I was about to like dwell in like so much of like how my life could be so much more, la, 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 and I need to like fix this or whatever. But I started to think, and I was like, you know what? Honestly, like we are in ourselves in itself like a breaker of chains. Like
Mhm.
because you exist, you are like a mold apart from what has already existed. So give yourself that much credit, you know.
Right.
So I started to create that piece. And then like a lot of like motifs that are like within my life, like religion, time, and like reflections, you know, that is something like I wanted to put into that piece. And so I incorporated them all, and like that was just like the mood that I was trying to portray for that piece.
Okay. So how were you able to like animate it? Because it was like moving a little bit too.
Yeah. All right. So like, I mean, obviously have editing software that I use.
Okay.
So after I created the piece, I was just like, all right. I kept seeing so many dimensions to the piece.
Okay.
So like I broke them off into sections, and like I layered each like section, and I timed them all, and like I would have to reverse some parts and like move them in a certain way. So it was like very technical to get it
Mm.
all done. But I tried to make it feel like very smooth and succinct as possible, and like to go with the flow, and like I think I told like a good story with that.
Right. So how does it start? Is it just like it's a blank canvas? Are you doing it on like an iPad or your phone? Is
Oh.
it freehand? Like what are all of like the staples on your
So
phone?
yeah, my phone. Yeah.
What?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if I have access or if I want to use my like my laptop or whatever, I'll do that. But if I do like a lot of my digital animations and stuff, like it's so much easier on my phone. Like
Okay.
my thumb is so like more accustomed to using my phone than
Right.
anything else, literally.
But so you don't use a paintbrush?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do that as
Oh,
well.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was
No, I
like,
was excited for that. Yeah,
oh,
for
for
best
like the
edits. Yeah,
okay, for
yeah,
the edits.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But for like when it not edited, like not digital,
Hmm.
you're using like
Oh
a
yeah, for sure.
brush
I
and
can make canvas for you. I can
okay.
build like whatever color I want for you. Like, you know, I can actually build
Yeah.
a paintbrush for you. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I get down with it.
So are you working on any like large scale pieces right now?
Well, not actively right now, like
Okay.
in this current right moment, but
Okay.
I have some pieces that I've already done, and I have some more that are coming for my show
Wow.
for
Oh,
sure.
when's the show?
I can't tell you right now.
Okay, that's fine, but soon.
Yes, very
It's
soon.
coming
Very
together.
soon.
You're working on it.
Very soon.
Building.
I mean, I have like a pre-show probably for my birthday, but that's
Okay.
a pre-show. That's not like me going out for my solo show. This is just my birthday party.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I'm gonna hang some pieces for
That's
sure.
exciting. I
Yeah.
can't wait to be a part of it and
October
like
30th. I mean,
oh my gosh,
day
that's
for
coming
Halloween.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking about Halloween, are you going to be participating in like dressing up?
I mean, I feel more inspired than I have in the previous years. Oddly enough, like I have a
Okay.
few ideas in the bag. Like,
I feel like usually artists go super hard for Halloween because they're just like able to just create whatever they want. Whatever they see in their mind, they could just like put it on them.
right? See, but the thing is, like, I have little characters with everything that I put on. Though, like, that's
Okay.
my thing. Like, every time I put on something, I feel like I am some like character in a thing. You know,
Yeah.
like even right now, like I'm a golf caddy, but like no one's gonna tell me otherwise. Like I am literally that.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, like I feel his essence. Like I am
The
holding that. You
essence.
know, I'm holding that.
You are
Like
driving that cart.
for sure,
You're
right?
holding that bag.
Yeah,
You're holding the balls
I am holding the
and the
balls.
clubs.
Go hard or go home. Like,
Okay? I love that.
bro, what? Bro, what?
Okay, so I have this very important question for you. Ready?
Okay.
So, what are some of your frustrations about the art industry?
Okay.
Yeah, let's dive into it. It's our last
It's so crazy that you
question.
say that because, like, boom, like right on the way here, I was thinking. I don't know why I had this. I guess I was just tapped in intuitively. I don't know why I felt this question coming. I didn't even feel this question coming. I won't even lie to you. But anyways,
Okay.
I had the notion to say to myself, coexist, not conform, and that is like literally like the basis of like my quarrel with the art industry. It's like everyone wants you to be like this mode in their head
Okay.
and they're all curating because we're so as artists we're so stuck on curating and think of the art industry, they're on that times 10, you know what I mean? So like that translate into like be like us, be like me, be this way, be that way. Oh, you're not this because you're not that,
Mhm.
you don't have these things, so I don't feel like there's so much room for like raw talent because it's like everyone is so like expected to be like so many grand things and like you don't even give room for like creation, like you are so stuck in the tried and true. Like I get it, like that's a good safe point, but expand your mind. Like metrics, like look at the metrics now. Like all of the things that are like so much of the top, like are normally like something we've seen over and over and over. And the things that are like considered art are the things that are creative. Am I not correct?
Mhm.
Like you call something art because like you think this is like so like
Out of this place.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the things that are embraced and like tried and true are the more mainstream thing or more accessibly mainstream things, They get that's like the easy money, Like as long as you can apply the technique to the technical, like they love you. But the moment that you like step out and like really be you, I don't know why it's still a fight to this day. Like when you just like let people to be like because we are so like in the age of information where we're just like seeing and being exposed to so much more and there's like room for so much more like and we sit down and we're just like, oh, this person sound like this person, okay, like we get it, but like have you listened to the lyrics, have you listened to the tone, like is it a good refreshing tone? If you like it, like the little piece and like move and build from it. But other than that, like we're so stuck on critiquing and we don't even like have time to create, like just like love. Like if I ever comment on something, it's always about like how much I love it. If I don't like something, I easily bypass it, I don't like have time to like critique too well on like something I don't like because I don't like to live in that negative world,
Mhm.
basically. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. With like my observation too, just like being around creatives and like different artists, is that there's always a comparison to like a similar artist, or like they always try to box you in. So the artists are trying to like step out of that box and like break free, but there's so much expectation that like they end up falling for like being stuck in that box.
Absolutely. Even so, like when I said my phone, like I know a lot of people would think, oh, well, he's just a digital artist. Like they are creating from scratch just as much as a person with a paintbrush,
Right.
like it may not be the same technique, it may not be the same material, but guess what, this idea, that thought is all theirs, and they're creating a world just like a painting,
Mhm.
there are many layers, like there is like the mixing of colors, like there's a pressure, that you're applying to each piece that you're doing, like even when you're sketching on your phone, like you're sketching on your phone, like what are you doing on your pen and paper, you're sketching, like
Right.
like it's just a different feel. It's still the manual labor. It's still there.
Mhm.
We just need to learn how to appreciate more. And
Okay. So I know you had mentioned that you write like these little tidbits and notes in your phone. Is there anything that you can share with us right now that you recently wrote that is like close to you or that could have an impact on other people listening?
let me check that.
I know it's like very like on the spot, but I feel like you have something deep, your philosopher self,
Let's
your
go.
ethicist.
Self.
Yes, which is awesome. I feel like we need a word from Kendario La'Pierre.
Mm, I
His
have
final
so much in
words.
my notes. Hold on.
Just to close us out, you know? Today was definitely like we got into you and I loved it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Wow, I'm like really like going deep down into it.
deep diving, cause we're deep diving.
All right, so like this is like a blurb, okay?
Okay,
That I
say
have.
it. Yeah, let's. So, y'all, this is Kendario La'Pierre, and he has something to share with us.
All right. So this is like very vulnerable, but like
Okay.
inspirational at the
Okay.
same time.
Let's hear it.
So this is like a step into my mind.
Yeah, should we look
My
at the camera?
super scary, chaotic mind.
Okay.
All right, boom. All right, the world is really scary right now. So it can be a weird time to be an artist. But I want you to know that I don't encourage you to go for your dreams because I think that you're going to get what you deserve in the world and everything is going to work out. Quite the contrary. I know that safety is an illusion. It's not real. It's a man made concept, very much like time. So let go of that. The decision to not pursue your dreams out of safety can ruin and rule your life just as much as the failed attempt at going for one, okay? I'm like saying okay to myself, literally. That's just how it works. So when well-meaning people, family and friends try to convince you somehow that not taking risk and not trying any is any less dangerous than being this weird, unnatural ship in the harbor that never leaves port, as if preservation doesn't eventually lead to stagnation and starvation. Come on. That is the illusion. You can never go back home. You're already in the water, baby. You gotta kick. You gotta move. You gotta run, okay? You can do anything you want, but you can't just stay where you are. You're either going to get carried away by the same current or you're going to have a little bit of intentionality about where you want to go. But at the end of the day, you're born and then you die. And in the between is life. You got to make that in between dash count for something, if not for yourself.
Oh my God. Should I cry now?
Wow. Thank you for allowing me to pour out my heart right
Yeah,
there.
I felt that like full heartedly because I feel like so many people can relate to that. Just like the water part, like the current, like you just have to either you're gonna go with the current, you're gonna swim against the current, or create your own current.
You know?
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm here with you. We're doing season 3 Tia Talks.
Let's go.
We're having an impact on like the culture, and I don't know what else to say. I'm just thankful for you. Like,
It's all love and light, baby. Thank you for having me. Like, we got this. Like,
yes, this was a beautiful moment. I feel like we're gonna have so many more moments together and just like creating. And we have Brendan Alexander, the unofficial manager here.
Word, let's go.
And yeah, we're just gonna keep going up, baby. Let's go. High five. We did it.
We did it. Now we see you.
Tia is out. Okay. Thanks, guys, for listening. Later. Bye.
Been cooking, coming to your talks if you out here pushing. A&R fans and brands stay looking. You know who to call when you ready for a booking. Shorty bad, watch the way she walk.